Welcome back, or first time, to One Holiday at a Time. It's a podcast where we study the cinematic and the cultural side to the celebration times.
Happy holidays, guys. My name is Adela.
And I'm Alex.
Hi.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays from Boston.
The thing.
No, they say holidays.
Okay. Today we watched A Storybots Christmas.
Yep.
Every time we see a holiday-related thing that's happening, that's new, I always put it down in my notes for us to watch. And when we were on Netflix, this popped up as like a suggested thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, let's put it in. And we watched it.
Yep.
And that's why we're watching it. So Storybots is apparently a children's Netflix show. I don't really know what it's about. It's about some bots.
Some robots.
And they tell stories.
Do they tell stories? Because they
not
didn't really do
really.
any stories. They also don't look like robots.
Yeah, they don't look like robots. They look like, I don't know how to describe them. They're just
but
like
not
cylinders.
robots. Yeah. I don't know. But they got wheels for feet.
Yeah. So the show opened up with some green dude, and he's like at work. I don't know.
It's very cranky.
Yeah, it's a cranky guy. He's decorating for Christmas and stuff around this office that I guess he works in. But then what I assumed was the main Storybots come in and just like destroy the tree and break things, and he's like annoyed, and they're just like they're singing carols.
I'd be pretty annoyed too.
They're singing carols, and they like break a lot of things because their singing's bad.
Mm-hmm.
Get it?
Get it.
Does that work? That happens,
I
right?
can't sing.
Oh yeah, the green guy's name is Cap. That's what they call him. That's what they called him one time. So I assume that's his name. His name's Cap. I didn't get anyone else's name other than the purple Storybot's name is Bo.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone else, I have no clue what their names are.
Yeah.
But so there's like 5 Storybots, I think. Yeah. And I don't know what the different, because there's like 5 main ones, but there's also like millions of other bots. Like, why are these 5 main ones the story bots, and the other ones are just like, are they also story bots, or are they bots, or like what?
Well, I mean, what is their definition of a story?
I don't know, because they didn't really tell a story at
Yeah.
all. But also, this was like a special, so maybe it's different from the regular
I
episodes.
don't know.
But anyway, this episode starts with what I assume is how every episode starts, where a child asks them a question.
Yeah, I think that's how it goes.
Because they were just like, oh, child's asking a question.
Duh.
And they just like went into it. There was a video of like a child like asking them what their favorite Christmas present they got was. And they were like listing them all off and everything. And as people are listing them off, they're like, oh yeah, you got me this. Oh, sorry. Bots, the story bots. They were listing them off. They're like, oh yeah, he got me that one, and he got me that one, she got me that. And then Bo is like standing in the corner, and she's like, oh, nobody's saying the ones I got for them. I must be bad at making presents.
They don't like my present.
Yeah. So Bo runs away to go make better presents for them.
Mm-hmm.
But right as Bo runs away, they're all like, but Bo gives the best presents, am I right?
Classic.
Yeah. So yeah, that happens. All that happens. She goes home to just like make some good presents. And she's at home and she's real sad about her bad presents. She's like throwing them all around the room and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then she gets hit with a snow globe while she's like throwing all the stuff around the room, and she gets an idea to go to Santa's workshop to go meet Santa because he makes good presents.
Yeah.
I guess the Storybots can travel through these like tube things, like that they just bring them anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So that happens. But then right when she leaves to go to Santa's workshop, everybody arrives in Bo's room.
Classic.
Yeah, classic Storybots.
Mm.
And now, but yeah, they're just looking forward. That happens. That's the scene. And now she's at the North Pole, I guess, and she sees a polar bear trying to open up a sody pop.
Yeah, he's having a very hard time.
Yeah. But she's like, hey, where's Santa's workshop? He's like, oh, it's right behind you. And she's like, oh, I'm gonna go find Santa now.
Hey.
We cut back to the other Storybots whose names we did not get at all in this whole thing.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But they're trying to search for her. One of them asks one of the other bots if they. They ask some of the other like non main character bots if they've seen Bo, and one pulls out like a
hair bow.
Yeah, and then one pulls out like a hunting bow. That was a good joke.
This bow.
Oh yeah. So the whole episode, Bo is constantly saying she needs to make the best, most awesomest presents.
Mm-hmm.
She uses that phrasing exactly every single time.
Yes.
Best, most awesomest presents.
Very, very annoying.
Best, most awesomest presents.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bo goes into Santa's workshop, and there's like no one there. It's abandoned except for this puppet elf. Oh yeah, that's something we didn't mention. Is like, the whole time what I really liked about this show was it's like going in between different animation styles the whole time. There's like a 2D. It starts with like a 2D animation, then when she goes into like Santa's workshop, it's kind of like a 3D animation, and then eventually they go into like the real human world, and there's like mixed animation with live action shots.
So it's very good.
Yeah, it was very good. I liked it. And there's this puppet elf. I didn't really know if he was an actual puppet or not, or just animated puppet.
I could not tell.
Yeah, but either way, it was good. But Santa went missing. Apparently, Santa. Why did he go missing again?
Because he was not good at making presents.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, Santa went missing, and the elf's like, oh, he loves eating these Mr. Meadows cookies. And Bo looks at the box, and it says this, they're made in New York. So Bo's like, I'm going to go to New York and find Santa. Yep.
And she does.
Yeah, she leaves. The other bots, they still can't find her, so they check some travel logs through those weird tubes that the Storybots can use.
Mm-hmm.
And they see that she went to the North Pole, so they're like, we're going to go there. And they go there, and they see some more bears trying to open that soda. And they go to the workshop.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're in New York City. Bo just, like, super easily finds Mr. Meadows cookies. Like, real easy.
She just knows where it is.
Yeah. Santa's there, sitting at the bar, eating cookies and drinking milk and being all sad. And this is where it's, like, a live-action Santa and the animated Bo.
He's a real person.
Yeah, Bo tries to talk to Santa to cheer him up, but Santa's like, oh, these presents, they're getting more and more complicated every year. I used to be able to make a little wooden thing, but now they want the Game Box 380. That's what he said.
How long it takes to make a Game Box 380?
Oh, boy. Yeah, so now they're both sad, and they're both just sitting eating cookies and everything.
Mm-hmm.
The other bots, they're looking through the workshop. They see the elf, and they're like, hey, where'd they go? And he's like, New York. And so they go to New York. And while they're there, they're just making a mess. They like try and cross the street and almost cause an, or no, they do cause an accident.
Yeah, they do cause an accident.
So like, just chill, just wait until the little
I mean, they're
thing
so
turns.
Small though.
I know, yeah. Like,
what car would
see that?
them? Yeah.
But they ask a bunch of people in like a horse where Bo is, and there's like a talking horse.
It's a very rude horse.
Yeah, I was like, well, yeah, here.
I'm working.
But now it's nighttime. They still haven't found Bo, and they hear Bo singing, and Bo's just sitting right next to them on the bench with Santa. So that was easy find. But yeah, now they're like, oh, Bo, what are you talking about? Why'd you leave? You make the best presents ever. And they're like, oh, so kind. And there's like a little song that plays, and it shows them celebrating Christmas and everything. It's real nice. And now Santa's like, oh, it's true. It's not all about the presents. It's about being with friends and things like that. And then he's like, oh, I feel bad, though, because we never finished those presents. And the Storybots are like, we can help you out. So they gather up all the other bots, and they all help build presents in like an hour and deliver them with their tube system.
Yeah.
So that happens, and then they come back, and the child that's on the screen is still there, waiting for her question to get answered.
Waiting for hours.
Yeah. And they're like, the greatest gift was sharing Christmas with my friends. And then it goes to credits. And then an after credit scene shows the polar bears opening up a present they got, and it's a bottle opener.
They can finally open the Coke.
But they open it, and then they pour it out, and it freezes.
Oh, it's so sad.
It's so sad.
They spent so long.
Yeah. But that's it. Let's do a gift giving thing. So yeah, I really like the animation in this show.
Very good, very good.
I like the different styles.
I don't like not knowing if it's real or not.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. And then the bow joke was good.
That one
The
was
quote
my
out the bows.
fave.
But yeah, other than that, it was better than I was expecting it to be
Yeah.
for like a weird Netflix children's show. But I still don't understand like what the whole story.
Storybot?
Like, why are they called storybots? Do they tell stories?
We're not
What is
gonna
this-
get into the
What is this
lore
office
of
they
it.
live in? Why are they working in an office? What do they do there?
Somebody
do they
tell me
manage
about
those
storybots.
tubes?
But only them use
Yeah, they can only use the tubes and also send presents through the tubes.
Yeah.
What are these
Oh.
strange tubes, though? And then when they came to the human world, they called it the outer world. So is
Are
this
they
like a...
in the earth?
Ooh, that might be it. That would make sense, because I was thinking more of like a alternate dimension thing. But I guess that would kind of make more sense. Outer world. Well, what would you rate it?
3.5.
3.5. I give it a 5 out of 10.
5?
Yeah. Pretty good. It was pretty fine.
The story was bad, but the animation was good.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's
do some holidays, right?
let's go through the tubes to the celebration tank. It's still December, which means it's National Drunk and Drugs Driving Prevention Month, National Time Month, National Write a Business Plan Month, Safe Toys and Gifts Month, Tomato and Winter Squash Month, and Write a Friend Month, and it's still Advent.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's Tuesday, the 12th, which means it's the beginning of Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. Hanukkah commemorates the rededication of the Holy Temple in Jerusalem at the time of the Maccabean revolt against the Seleucid Empire. So, like, pretty much the story of Hanukkah was that these people, they're like, we don't like Jewish people. And they're like, what the heck, why not? And they're like, I don't know, we hate you. And so they broke into one of their temples and, like, raided it and broke it and everything like that. And it was pretty rude. So when that happened, they came back to the temple and they're like, oh, let's rebuild it. Let's just make it better and new again since they broke everything. And so they set up some candles, and they only had enough oil for one night for the candles, but the oil burned for 8 nights. And they were like, oh, so nice.
God is good.
Yes. But yeah, so the Hanukkah is observed for 8 nights, and it starts on the 25th day of Kislev in the Hebrew calendar. So it occurs anywhere from late November to late December. It's just kind of in that area. It's also known as the Festival of Lights or Feast of Dedication. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the way you celebrate it, you light candles every night, sing songs, and play with dreidels, things like that. Eat a lot of fried foods that are fried in oil because like the oil of the candle.
Yeah, oil.
It's good. And then giving of Hanukkah gelt is a common thing. Gelt is either money or like chocolate coins, things like that.
That's fun.
Yeah, what's next?
It's Day of Neutrality.
Happy Day of Neutrality.
On December 12th, 1995, it was adopted by the UN General Assembly, Resolution 5080, which expressed the hope that the status of permanent neutrality of Turkmenistan will contribute to peace and security in the region. In the resolution, the UN recognizes and supports the declared status of permanent neutrality of Turkmenistan. And, they are neutral.
Nice.
Everybody needs to know it.
Good. It's also Constitution Day in Russia.
Happy Constitution Day, Russia.
Yeah, they wrote their constitution in 1993.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, what's next?
It's Gingerbread House Day.
Happy Gingerbread House Day.
Go make one.
Oh,
Oh, I said make one.
boo, 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 boo. That's
There
me
you go.
hammering the nails, the ginger nails.
Ginger nails.
It's also Jamhuri Day in Kenya.
Happy Jamhuri Day, Kenya.
Yeah, Jamhuri is Swahili for republic, and so it's pretty much just a kind of like their Independence Day. They gained their independence in 1963 from the United Kingdom.
Nice.
Yeah, what's next?
National Ambrosia Day.
Happy National Ambrosia Day.
It's a type of fruit salad. Go eat one.
Okay.
Home.
It's also Our Lady of Guadalupe.
Happy Our Lady of Guadalupe.
Yeah, it's believed that a man named Juan Diego encountered the Virgin Mary twice in Mexico City in 1531. And according to legend, Mary told Juan to ask the bishop to build a church on Tepeyac Hill. However, the bishop needed proof of Juan meeting the Virgin Mary, and so Juan returned to the hill to see roses in the spot where there were previously cacti. And then when Juan returned, he showed the roses to the archbishop, and he also revealed the cloak of the Lady of Guadalupe. That's what Virgin Mary is known as in Mexico, is the Lady of Guadalupe. And so he's like, dang, let's build that church then. We built the church.
Huh.
Yeah. What's next?
It is National Dingaling Day.
Happy National Dingaling Day.
In 1972, Frankie Heil put an ad in some calendar with this P.O. box and stating that for $1 you can join the National Dingaling Club. And
Nice.
then 871 people joined.
What?
And all they do is call their family and friends that they haven't heard from in a while. They give them a nice
Ding-a-ling.
ring.
Give him a ding-a-ling.
Yeah. On December 12th in 1975, Lakeland Ledger article, the idea for the club developed during a discussion among friends about people being friendlier and led to the meaning of the term dingaling. After looking up the word, they found it meant one who hears bells in his head. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll give him a ringling.
The ring-a-ling. There's also Poinsettia Day.
Happy Poinsettia Day.
Poinsettias, you know them. They're those big red leafy boys
Leafy boys.
that you see around Christmas time. Their connection to Christmas dates back to the 16th century in Mexico. Legend tells of a girl who worried she had no gift to celebrate Jesus' birthday because she was too poor. An angel came and told her to give any gift with love, and so the young girl gathered some weeds from alongside the road and placed them in a manger.
Weed.
Oh. And miraculously, the weeds bloomed into the beautiful red poinsettia flowers. And so House of Representatives in 2002 created Poinsettia Day today in honor of Paul Eck, who's the father of the poinsettia industry. He, popularized them pretty much. Yeah, and then also Joel Roberts Poinsett is the man responsible for bringing them to the United States.
Nice.
Yeah, what's next? Or it's Wednesday the 13th.
Yeah, it is.
What's next?
It's National Cocoa Day.
Happy National Cocoa Day.
Go drink some.
Oh, it's too hot.
Oh.
It's also Brazilian Sailors Day.
Happy Brazilian Sailors Day.
Yeah, it was established to honor Joaquim Marques Lisboa, who was the first Brazilian native admiral in the Brazilian Navy.
Nice.
Yeah, what's next?
It's National Day of the Horse.
Happy National Day of the Horse.
It encourages people of the U.S. to be mindful of the contribution of horses to the economy, history, and character of the U.S. On November 18th, 2004, United States Senate Resolution 452 recognized December 13th as the National Day of the Horse.
Nice. And it's also National Day in St. Lucia.
Happy National Day, St. Lucia.
St. Lucia of Syracuse was a young Christian martyr who died during the Diocletianic persecution of Christians, during the Roman Empire in 304 AD. And so, she widely became a saint around England and France and Scandinavia, and that's why they named the island of St. Lucia after her, which is, I believe, either still is or used to be part of the UK.
Nice.
Yeah. We celebrate it on this day. What's next?
It's National, no, it's not. It's Pick a Pathologist Day.
Happy Pick a Pathologist Day.
It's a dumb wellcat holiday. It is supposed to encourage us to make friends with pathologists or a coroner.
What is a pathologist?
I don't know, somebody that handles dead people.
Oh, okay.
Because you never know what tomorrow holds.
I guess. It's also Republic Day in Malta.
Happy Republic Day, Malta.
Yeah, this day of remembrance began in 1974 when Malta no longer called Queen Elizabeth their head of state and instead elected a president.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's pretty much they just celebrate it like we celebrate Independence Day with fun parades and fireworks, things like that.
That's fun.
Yeah, what's next?
It's Violin Day.
Happy Violin Day.
It exists.
Let's move on to Thursday, the 14th. It's International Monkey Day.
Happy International Monkey Day.
International Monkey Day was popularized by Casey Sarro and Eric Milliken, who are both cartoonists, artists from the United States. They wanted to spread awareness of monkeys and show love to them.
Nice.
Yeah. What's next?
It is Roast Chestnuts Day.
Happy Roast Chestnuts Day.
The website Holiday Insights created this day in 2015. The date was selected to coincide with the beginning of the 12 days of Christmas. It's also selected before we all get totally engrossed in holiday activities. We're too busy. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it's also Martyred Intellectuals Day in Bangladesh.
Happy day, Bangladesh.
Yeah, it commemorates the day that some intellectuals were killed by Pakistani forces and their collaborators during the 1971 Liberation War. Pakistani people were trying to take over Bangladesh, so they killed a lot of intellectuals and smart people. Yeah. What's next?
It is Be a Best Day.
Is that how you pronounce it?
That's what
I always thought it was Bouillabaisse. Yeah, it's like Bouillabaisse. Bouillabaisse. It's like I always learn. Yeah, I always learn just like Bouillabaisse.
Okay, well, it's Bouillabaisse Day.
Happy Bouillabaisse Day.
It's a fish stew. Traditionally, it's made with bony rockfish, saffron, fennel seed, and orange zest. Go eat some.
I don't think I've ever had it before.
Bouillabaisse.
Bouillabaisse. Move on to Friday the 5th. Oh, sorry. And then we'll move on to Friday the 15th. It's Cat Herders Day.
Happy Cat Herders Day.
Yeah, celebrate those people that got lots of cats.
Nice. It's International Tea Day.
Happy International Tea Day.
It's observed annually on December 15th and has been celebrated since 2005 in tea-producing countries like Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Vietnam, Indonesia, lots of places. It aims to draw global attention of governments and citizens to the impact of the global tea trade on workers and growers, and has been linked to requests for price supports and fair trade. After initial discussions at the World Social Forum in 2004, the first International Tea Day was celebrated in New Delhi in 2005, and later celebrations organized in Sri Lanka in 2006 and 2008. International Tea Day celebrations and the related global tea conferences have been jointly organized by trade union movements. Yeah.
Wow, nice. Go drink the tea. It's also Netherlands Constitution Day.
Happy Netherlands Constitution Day.
Yeah, it commemorates the signing of the Charter of the Kingdom of Netherlands in 1954.
Nice.
Yeah, what's next?
National Lemon Cupcake Day.
Happy National Lemon Cupcake Day.
Go eat one.
It's also Remembrance of Journalists Killed in the Line of Duty Day in Russia.
Happy Remembrance of the Journalists Killed in the Line of Duty Day, Russia.
Commemorates the day in 1991 where relatives and colleagues of fallen journalists gathered to honor the memory of those who gave their lives for freedom of speech. So any journalist or news person that ever gave their lives to uphold their freedom of speech, they commemorate them on this day.
Nice.
Yeah, what's next? It's me again.
Yeah.
It's Zamenhof Day.
Happy Zamenhof Day.
Yeah, it's the birthday of Esperanto creator L.L. Zamenhof. Is the most widely celebrated day in the Esperanto culture. Esperanto is a language. This guy, I was like reading this and it's like, that's crazy. This guy, he lived in like the 1800s. He made a language and people like use it. That's crazy.
Weird.
It's a I forgot how they classify it. It's like a sub-language. There's a word for it. But it's a language that people who speak two different languages, it's kind of like a halfway language that they can both communicate to each other with. And so that's what Esperanto is. And this dude just like made a language and people use it. It's so weird.
That is weird.
You're just like, what if you guys said this instead? And they're like, dang.
Let's do it.
But now we'll move on to Saturday the 16th. What do we got?
We got the Feast of the Winter Veil.
Happy Feast of the Winter Veil.
It's a World of Warcraft holiday.
Oh.
Yeah. It takes place December 16th to January 2nd. It's also called Feast of Great Winter or simply Winter Veil or Winter's Veil. It's an in-game, end-of-the-year, several-week-long holiday event that's kind of like, wow, Christmas.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Fun time.
It's fun.
We'll move on. No, we're not. We're still on Saturday.
Yeah, we are.
And it's the Day of Reconciliation in South Africa.
Happy Day of Reconciliation, South Africa.
Yeah. The holiday was made for the intent of fostering reconciliation and national unity in the country. It was chosen. The date was chosen because it was significant to both cultures that exist in South Africa, both the main cultures. And yeah, they just want to kind of reunite everybody and make everybody one big happy family.
Happily family.
Happily family. What's next?
Es Las Posadas.
Happy Las Posadas.
His Novenario. And 9 days of religious observance. It's celebrated chiefly in Latin America and by Hispanics in the United States beginning December 16th and ending December 24th. It's celebrated by Latinos and Spaniards, and they kind of like reenact Jesus' birth and stuff.
That's fun.
Yeah. That's the day.
That's a fun time. And it's also Independence Day in Kazakhstan.
Happy Independence.
They got their independence in 1991 from the Soviet Union.
Good job.
Yeah, what's next?
It's Barbie and Barney Backlash Day.
Happy Barbie and Barney Backlash Day.
It's just a dumb wildcat holiday.
Ugh.
It's supposed to allow moms and dads across the country to deny that Barbie and Barney exist so they can take a vacation from all the repetitive sing-alongs and storytelling.
What?
Yeah. That's wildcat for you.
Kids know they don't exist, right?
No, like you pretend that they don't exist
Barbie's
at
a
all.
doll. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was like how you would tell your children that Santa doesn't exist, but you're like, Barbie's not real. And they're like, no.
Tell them that every year.
Yeah, Barbie isn't real, idiot. Barney isn't either.
No.
Dummy.
No.
Idiot.
I know he's not real. I'm not dumb.
Who cares? Like, you're gonna ignore it, but like they can still watch Barney.
But I need a break from all the sing-alongs.
Okay.
I don't know what
close
Barbie...
the door. Go somewhere else.
I don't know what Barbie they're watching though. That it's sing-alongs.
Well, I think they're talking. Well, yeah, that's true. Because like I was just assuming that it was like a Barney and then also Barbie because like they're playing with the doll. The children are just having fun.
Yeah.
Let your child have fun. What the fuck, Wellcat? See, this is why we hate you. Because you
Terrible.
suck and you're trying to take fun away from children.
We should just stop doing wildcat holidays.
We gotta. They're like official.
For some reason. Who says they're official wildcat?
Yeah, they're like officially patented or whatever, trademarked. We gotta talk about them, but see, then it gives us an enemy in our hero's journey of this podcast.
Very true. Very true.
The antagonist of this podcast is Wellcat. Their stupid herb business. So they're herbs.
Okay.
It's also National Chocolate. Oh nope, that's wrong. That's yours. It's National Day in Bahrain.
It's just National Day.
The National Day in Bahrain. Bahrain National Day.
Okay, happy National Day.
It marks the day that the former ruler Isa bin Salam al Khalifa came into the throne in 1961.
Isa bin King. Isa bin.
I get it.
Gets
I get it. What's next?
It's National Chocolate Covered Anything Day.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, cover everything in chocolate any day.
Okay,
What
what was that? Oh, you're covering it in chocolate?
Uh-huh.
Oh, nice. And what else is it today?
It's Victory Day in Bangladesh.
Happy Victory Day, Bangladesh.
It commemorates the victory of the Allied Forces High Command over the Pakistani forces in Bangladesh Libertarian War in 1971.
Nice. And now we'll move on to Sunday, the 17th. It's Kurdistan Flag Day.
Happy Kurdistan Flag Day.
There's the Kurdistan flag right there.
That's
Check it
nice.
out. It's real nice. Take a second to Google that Kurdistan flag. So it's pretty much is red on top, red stripe on top, a white stripe in the middle, green stripe on the bottom, and then a yellow sun in the middle. And I'll explain what they all mean. The sun in the middle has 21 rays on it. The number 21 is a venerated number standing for rebirth and renaissance in the ancient and native Kurdish religion of Yazdanism. So 21 is just kind of like a holy number, so symbolizing rebirth. And then the colors in the flag, red symbolizes the blood of the martyrs and the continued struggle for freedom and dignity. Green represents the beauty and landscapes of Kurdistan and also life and vitality. White represents peace and equality, and the yellow of the sun represents life and light. And then the 21 beams. I already explained that, but there we go.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good flag. I gave it a 6.5.
Give it a 5.
Yeah.
Just the flag with the sun in the middle.
Yeah. It's better than most places, though.
It's true.
What's next?
It's International Day to End Violence Against Sex Workers.
Happy International Day to End Violence Against Sex Workers.
It was first recognized in 2003 as a memorial and vigil for the victims killed, for the victims of the Green River Killer in Seattle, Washington. Since 2003, this day has empowered people from cities around the world to come together and organize events against discrimination and remember victims of violence. During the week of this December 17th, sex worker communities and social justice organizations stage actions and vigils to work to raise awareness about violence committed against sex workers. And the serial killer guy, he murdered at least 49 women in Washington.
I didn't know it was that many. I've heard of this guy before, but I didn't know it was that many.
He told cops that he killed like 75 to 80 people.
Jeez.
Yeah, so he's just like picking people up on the side of the road.
Wow, that's terrible. But it's a good holiday with a good message.
Yeah.
And we'll not move on. Why do I keep saying that?
Because you're a nerd.
It's still the same day. National Day in Bhutan.
Happy day.
Yeah, it marks the coronation of Yugin Wangchuk as the first Druk Gyalpo of modern Bhutan.
Nice.
Wait, I assume is the leader. Or the high up person in the system.
Someone.
What's next?
It's National Maple Syrup Day.
Happy National Maple Syrup Day.
Go eat some.
It's also Russian Strategic Missile Troops Day.
Happy Russian Strategic Day.
Yeah, the Strategic Missile Troops of Russia were founded in 1959 on this day.
Nice.
Yeah, what's next?
It's Wright Brothers Day.
Happy Wright Brothers Day.
Congress passed a joint resolution on December 17th, 1963, and has designated December 17th of each year as Wright Brothers Day, and has authorized and requested the President to issue annually a proclamation inviting the people of the U.S. to observe that day with appropriate ceremonies and activities.
Nice.
Yeah.
Move on to the final day, Monday the 18th. It's National Day in Qatar.
Happy National Day, guys.
Yeah, I remember, I think it was last week where you had a Qatar holiday, and I thought it was pronounced Qatar.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually looked up the pronunciation. It's Qatar.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Qatar.
But Qatar. So, yeah, but it's commemoration of their unification in 1878.
Nice.
What do you got?
I have got Kayan New Year Day.
Happy Kayan New Year Day.
It's been a public holiday in Myanmar since 2009, but has been celebrated since 1938. The date of Kayan New Year varies because the Kayan use the lunar calendar, and it's the first day of Payaso, and they eat some rice and have some fun. It's New Year's.
Nice. That's
Rice.
fun. Rice. And then what's the final holiday this week?
It's National Roast Suckling Pig Day.
Happy National Roast Suckling Pig Day.
Go eat one. Roast one and then eat it. Roast.
Put an apple in his mouth. That's it.
That's it.
Yep. Follow us on the social medias, all of them.
All of it.
Don't worry, we're there.
We
just gotta
are.
look.
Yep. Not looking hard enough.
Yeah.
You don't see us.
If you want to send us a fun email, send it to oneholidayatatime@gmail.com. If you want to give us a comment or a question or correct us on any information we got wrong, or be our friend.
Just be rude.
Yeah, you can be rude if you want.
That's fine.
Yeah. Send it to oneholidayatatime@gmail.com. But yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Them's the days.
Them's the days.